Hello, everyone. It's April 7th, and just wanted to send you a quick encouraging word. But first, I just wanted to uh, let you know that what we are facing right now is it's a real crisis. I think it's important to be honest about that. And I know that you might be feeling, whether you've been honest about it or not, with yourself and with others, you might be feeling a sense of fear, a sense of anxiety, or even some stress or uh, any number of things, concern for your family. And that is totally normal. Um, Having and a human response to these things is to feel some of those things to different degrees. Everyone is different. But the reality is, if you enjoy life and you love the people in your life, you're going to feel things like that um, out of concern of something bad happening. And we are in a challenge that's real and that is serious. And for you it might be the most serious challenge from a national perspective. The numbers that you're hearing, the concerns that you're hearing, it might be the biggest crisis that you've lived through or that you've seen. And it would be foolish for me or anyone else to pretend that that's not the case. It is serious. Around 100 years ago, 1918, what we now call the H1N1 virus, which was then called the Spanish flu, around the world, 50 million people died from that. And in the United States of America, 675,000 people died. And it was a very real tragedy. And I think that it's been interesting to read in history how Jesus' followers responded to it then and saw some amazing miracles and amazing answers to prayer, but also how many of them rolled up their sleeves and helped others, and how they also stopped normal public worship gatherings and did as much in the way of small gatherings and one-on-one communication as they possibly could. And they helped each other out. They helped their neighbors. They helped people in need. And some of the people that were constantly out there helping people in need got sick as a result of that. And so I certainly don't have all the answers to all of the questions on why God allows pain and suffering and disease and things of that nature. But it is not unreasonable to say that many times over the course of human history, God has chosen to do miracles, and miracles of prevention of problems, but also miracles of healing of problems. And the same God is alive today. And this is a tough situation that we're in. But at the same time, I am confident that we will get through this. Our God is a God who walks with us, who is close to the brokenhearted, who gives us a transformative peace, walking even through the valley of the shadow of death. And I do believe that Jesus will return one day and that everything will be made right. But it's also really helpful to think through the reality that we're facing today and focus on what we can change, focus on what we can do, and make good decisions. At times, it's really good and helpful to us to actually can be calming our fears by learning about what's going on. But then at the same time, there you do need to arrive at when is the time to turn your focus away from the news, focus on the positive, love the people that are in your life, and write a gratitude list. Think about the things that you're thankful for. Reach out to somebody in your life, maybe somebody that you're not seeing during this time of social distancing, and tell them why you appreciate them. Reach out to them. Uh, on a practical side, I definitely do suggest that you cut any unnecessary spending right now. It's an important time to do that. There are a lot of options that are available. I know that some of the government options that have been open for receiving help are websites are crashing and phone lines are on hold, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time for us to get through this. The reality is that fear is maybe more dangerous than the virus itself. So managing your mental health and your spiritual health and your physical health has a lot to do with processing what is it that I'm feeling right now? Why is that? Dealing with the reality of that, and then focusing on some practical steps on the way forward. So one of the things that you can do is to be careful as you make decisions with what you're doing to help manage how you're feeling. Overspending money is not a good idea. So make careful decisions with that. The other thing is, I do think it's important to be open and honest with what you're thinking and feeling, giving yourself time to process that, but also giving yourself the opportunity to reach out to others and talk about it. Talk about what's going on. So for us, obviously, we're making church available completely digitally through our live stream, facebook.com/City Harbor Church/live. And those videos are still available. You can go back and watch our funny mistakes that we've made and the things that went wrong. But also our small groups have gone digital with password protected Zoom groups. But I want to say too that as this quarantine situation goes on, it's also important to have time for just fun conversations about silly things, conversations about food, and have you gained the COVID-19 pounds yet, or whatever it is, or who do you think that the Ravens will draft coming up here later in April? Having conversations with people about what are you reading, what are you watching, and I want you to know that I'm available for non-serious conversations too. This is an important week for a lot of people, unless God does a miracle in shutting down this virus. For a lot of folks are going to see the news of more death than they've maybe seen in their lifetime. But at the same time, it's a week on the calendar where Jesus followers for thousands of years have taken time to stop and remember who Jesus is and the fact that Jesus is alive right now. Jesus is thinking, Jesus is feeling about what's going on, but also what we know is that Jesus is with Father God praying for us on our behalf. And that's something that we believe. So this week, we're going to have a Good Friday service. Our live stream will be Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time on our Facebook stream, and then also Sunday morning as well, as we remember the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, its purpose, its meaning, and all those things. But hey, be a real human, okay? Be honest about what you're going through and reach out to someone else. Ask for some encouragement. Ask for some support. Maybe you call me your local emotional support human. Let's give ourselves time to be human and be honest about what we're experiencing and what we're going through. We're going to help each other out through this. And I think we're also going to enjoy out of it some new creativity and new ways in which we can enjoy being together there for each other. Hey, thank you for taking the time to watch this. Feel free to share it with others. Bless you. Have a great day.